Welcome back to our second episode of Talk Nerdy to Me.
We have an amazing show planned out for you tonight. We cover the latest movie releases and sick flicks.
We have our Game On crew bringing you another Let's Play.
We have some exclusive footage from PAX East.
And Spencer brings you his opinions in this week's Critical Miss.
All that and more, so stay tuned to PSTV.
Welcome back. My name is Tessa Hickey.
And I'm Dan Walker. We have a lot we want to cover in this week's edition of Talk Nerdy to Me, so let's kick things off with our first Nerd Flash update. The final X-Men movie featuring Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart has finally been released. Logan shows Wolverine and Professor X in a semi-post-apocalyptic 2029, as well as introducing the newest character in the X-Men lineup, X-23. The movie was released on March 3rd, 2017, and has been met with much praise. The movie made $88.4 million during its opening weekend, taking over Get Out's top spot at the box office. The movie does disappoint fans in that Hugh Jackman has stated that he would consider continuing his role as Logan if Disney had been given the rights to the X-Men all under one ownership. This has been the second R-rated Marvel film for Fox, following the success of 2016's Deadpool, and it might set a trend for some upcoming superhero films. The success of Logan leaves fans wondering if we are going to see a darker and more violent superhero movies in the future. That's the perfect lead-in for our next segment, Sick Flicks.
Take it away, Bailey.
Welcome to your go-to movie segment, Sick Flicks. I'm Bailey McGregor, and today's episode is going to cover the latest Marvel release, Logan, as well as the upcoming release of Kong, Skull Island. Joining me is one of our hosts, Dan Walker. Dan, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Bailey.
So you watched Logan, correct?
I did.
And I'd love to know what your thoughts are on that.
All right. So I loved the family aspect of Logan. It was great between Professor X, Logan, and Laura, or X-23 as she's known in the comic books. And the Western influence of movies that it had, like say a 1950s Western movie. It kind of looked like it belonged there, despite the quality of the film.
Yeah.
But it was great.
I agree, I loved it. I thought it was really awesome to see Logan connect
movie.
kind of with somebody else again. I thought that was really good. So, do you think they're going to start to see more R-rated comic books in the future?
More R-rated comic book movies, yes, because Deadpool is scheduled to come out a year this month. A year from this month. And then there's the X-Force movie, which they have in development. Both of them are 20th Century Fox Marvel, not Marvel.
Right.
I don't think Marvel is going to actually do any R-rated movies.
Right.
Or DC, I mean, despite them being very dark and brooding, I don't think they're going to go the R-rated path.
Yeah, just yet.
Yeah.
If they do at all, I agree. But I'm very excited for Deadpool. The second Deadpool movie, I can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, how do you feel about Hugh Jackman leaving his role of Logan?
It's sad. 17 years as Wolverine.
Yeah.
I get you had to retire at some time.
Yeah.
I mean, it must be hard to put your body through that for 17
Keep up that
years.
workout. Yeah.
I mean, he started as this scrawny little guy, and he got jacked up for the next couple X-Men movies and the solo Wolverine movies. I just love his dedication to the role and what he's brought to it.
Yeah, so do I. I definitely love him as the Wolverine, and obviously nobody else has played the Wolverine, but he will always be my Wolverine.
I just wish he could have put on that yellow suit once.
One time.
Once.
Yeah. But I think Logan by far is my favorite performance by Hugh Jackman of Logan that I've seen out of all the other X-Men movies. I think that Logan is my favorite version of Wolverine so far.
I think I would have to agree. The first X-Men Origins movie was not the best. I mean, was that the one that had Deadpool in it?
I'm not sure.
It was, with his mouth sewn shut. Then,
But anyway, but moving on to Kong Skull Island now. What do you think is going to come from that movie?
Action. Lots of action, especially from the trailer and all the star power that is in that movie. You got Tom Hiddleston, you got John Goodman, you got Samuel L. Jackson, and then a bunch of other bigger stars.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Well, thank you, Dan, for being here on CiCi. Coming up, we have CiCi here to talk about her thoughts in the world of anime and anime today.
Welcome back to Anime Today. I'm CiCi Caputo, and this week we'll be looking at The Old Maid New Again, series that have come back from the dead for a second shot. All of these shows are new to this current season, so check them out. First on the list is D. Grayman, with the revival title of D. Grayman Hollow. The series follows young exorcist Alan Walker as he joins the war against the demons that plague the world. The original series sort of just ended. They finished up a huge, game-changing arc, and then production never continued. You can imagine how distraught I was in middle school. I followed the manga for years, just looking for any closure with the story. Hollow has a lot to dig into, I will say that. Another show that got killed off too young was Blue Exorcist. Do you see a pattern here? Exorcists have the worst luck in anime. Rin Akamura discovers that he's the son of Satan, and decides to become an exorcist and defeat his father. The original anime began production when the manga was still in its first few chapters. So the show began to take a separate plot of its own, which became a little messy. After episode 12, it's basically its own story. Side note, not the first series to do that. That's why we have Fullmetal Alchemist, and then Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. My all-time favorite. The original Blue Exorcist made it to 25 episodes before wrapping up the story by killing off a couple of major characters. You know, the ones still alive and important in the original manga run. The second season, Blue Exorcist Kyoto Saga, looks promising. Well, that's my time. Let's hope both Blue Exorcist and D. Grayman have a great of a second wind as Fullmetal Alchemist did. Dan and Tessa, back to you.
Thank you, CiCi. Coming up after the break, we have our Game On crew take each other on a game called Overcooked.
You won't want to miss it. Stay tuned in to Talk Nerdy to Me. Welcome back to Talk Nerdy to Me.
Let's go straight into our next Nerd Flash update. Just like Logan, the Nintendo Switch was also released on March 3rd. And again, just like Logan, has had a great success in its first weekend. According to IGN.com, Nintendo's latest console has been breaking sales records across the globe, making the most successful launch Nintendo has ever seen in their company's history. The Switch has sold more units in its first 48 hours on sale than both the Wii and the Wii U, not only in America, but also in Europe and even in Japan, where the home console market has significantly dropped in recent years. But the success didn't stop there for Nintendo, as they also saw the largest release of a standalone launch game with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, beating out Super Mario 64. Nintendo was even more surprised about all these records due to the timing of the launch. In a press release, they stated that they were very surprised the success came in March, quote, traditionally a quiet time for the industry, unquote.
This brings us into our video game segment, Game On.
Take it away, Jacob and Jalen.
Welcome to Game On, where we play video games and talk about them. And yeah, we've got CiCi from Anime Today.
Yes. It's going to help us out, stopping giant meatballs and other things
We have
that
to
come our
protect
way.
the Onion King.
I played this game maybe a year ago.
Sweet.
Nice.
So
I
we
have
have,
not,
like-
so you have the experience here. You're going to
Absolutely.
We have an experienced veteran
be
on our
the top
team.
chef.
All right, you guys ready to introduce the apocalypse?
That's what we just did.
Oh, never mind. We're not going to.
We're not going to introduce the
Not-
apocalypse.
No.
I think.
Oh,
we
we
get to change our
people.
characters though.
I'm going to be the
Oh,
blue glasses
sweet.
guy.
I like the ginger.
Stylish.
Okay.
Let's get it.
Nah, I'm going to be that guy again.
We had our
Normal
practice
chef.
round. Let's actually introduce the apocalypse.
Let's do
Maybe we won't fail this time.
it. Yeah.
We've already played one round and we did not do so well.
We didn't. Fell miserable.
We have to appease a giant meatball.
Are those meatballs or meteorites? Or are they meteorites?
I thought they were
that are
meteorite meatballs.
Interesting.
She looks like a pumpkin.
I'm saying onion. I don't
Really?
know.
He's the onion?
He's the Onion King.
Look at that dog, though. Look at those eyebrows. Oh my goodness. What a cutie.
Those are some thick eyebrows.
Just like that thick mustache. Oh my gosh. Reminds me of my dad.
Your dad an Onion King from like the future.
That's a Christine
Uh-oh.
roll.
Oh dear.
There
Wow.
He ever peckish.
That's what we Alright.
Alright, bring us the ingredients. We'll chop.
What a dangerous
We'll throw the
future that
plate
it has to
there
be
for you.
that
Get your
chefs
Okay, I got the
in
lettuce.
the world.
Get some tomatoes.
Okay.
And I'll put some
Here's
more
a
out
plate
there
of
for
lettuce. Take the lettuce to him.
you. I think we need
Yeah,
don't
we need
tomato on
tomatoes.
I don't think.
there?
There we go.
Chop it up.
Chop up. Only we can chop up ingredients.
Oh, okay.
You just gotta give them to us and give us the plate.
Sweet.
There you go.
Feed this big boy over there.
That's a
Okay.
saucy meatball.
Now we need just lettuce, and I got it.
You got it? So put it right there.
There you
Take
go.
it. Feed the meatball.
All right, now we need a plate of lettuce and tomato.
Okay, here's the tomato.
Sweet.
There's a dangerous future where like chefs have to save the world,
Yeah, this is.
but I wouldn't trust anybody else to fight a giant meatball than chefs or a hungry toddler.
What about that Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs movie?
I actually
really-
like that
We
movie.
need
I
more
really
lettuce
enjoyed
over
that movie,
here.
too.
We need more lettuce.
Got you with the lettuce. There we go.
Here,
just
just
need
keep
one
loading
plate
us
of
up on
lettuce.
lettuce.
Actually, we need a plate of like
Lettuce and tomato.
lettuce and tomato.
So,
Sweet.
there you go.
Take it, throw it over the meatball.
Come on, chop.
Gotta hold down X.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you also gotta put it down.
Yeah.
Which is
Okay, there we go.
I think we're doing a lot better this time.
Now that we've got a sorta system.
Yes.
We need more lettuce over
Five-star
here.
chefs. Oh, my bad.
There you go.
more lettuce.
That's a lot of lettuce.
Let us in.
I was about to say let us win.
That works too. Oh, gotta chop it up first. My bad.
Yep.
There we go.
Feed the meatball.
We need more lettuce on the table.
Yeah, we need like
Just
just
load us
lettuce.
up. Yeah, just load us up with
I'm
lettuce.
sorry, I'm
Don't be
slacking on
afraid.
the, slacking on the lettuce.
Oh, I missed the plate. Now you missed the plate. Everything missed the plate.
Wait,
We're
do
gonna
we-
lose again, aren't we?
Do we need?
No, I think we got this. Hope so.
Nah,
Oh,
he's still hungry.
He is hungry. It's not good.
I guess we're supposed to lose. It looks like the dog's on fire.
I thought we did good that time. That's
Need her ears raining down. Dogs
No, we
with
need to get some
eyebrows.
power-ups. Some, like, super chop.
super chop.
Yeah,
You
super
get
chop.
power-ups in this game?
I have no idea. I never made it past the first level.
Alright.
Let's find out.
Let us.
Let us. I
Let
was
us
gonna
find
say
out.
that. And you beat me to
Let
it.
us
The
find
ever
out.
funny Jacob Williams. That is interesting.
Oh, never tried.
I've never seen these controls. Oh, we're split up.
Oh man. This is...
Ah.
Oh wait, no, we could still
Oh,
get
nah,
to the
never
other
mind.
side. I
But
don't
we
know what
have
we're
to
doing
watch
here.
out for pedestrians.
Wow.
What?
And there's a fire extinguisher. That,
Oh,
that
is it
can't
still
be good.
onions?
It looks like onions and tomatoes, but they want soup.
Oh. It's an onion tomato soup.
Yeah, just pass me onions and I'll go chop them.
Alright, onions.
Do we put tomatoes
Oh my
in the
goodness,
soup?
let me pick up this onion. Oh, it's gonna burn!
Oh, jeez.
What do I do? It's
Run
on the
around
ground.
with it. You just run around with it.
Cool it off.
I'm gonna put it back on the stove, see what happens.
Yeah, no.
Oh my goodness.
no.
It's going to explode.
I guess you gotta put a plate next to it or something? I don't know.
Let's see if I can plate this. It's not letting me.
Alright, well, put a plate next to it.
Let's see what happens if it explodes. Oh, we need the fire extinguisher.
Oh, dear.
You got it? Alright, sweet.
There's an onion on the ground.
So don't let things explode.
No one needs to know that that fell to the ground. We could still use it.
How do
Okay, I'll
how
wash
do we
this.
plate this?
Are we out of commission for a pot? Like,
think
is this
so.
a thing?
I think
It's
you
hard.
gotta.
Are we down a pot?
We lost a pot.
We're down one pot.
Okay, I'll put tomatoes in this. Let's see what happens.
But don't we need 3 onions in that one? No?
Ooh, tomato and onion soup. That's not what they ordered.
That's not. They're gonna get
They
what we
don't know
serve
what they
them.
want.
They don't know the struggle it takes of being a 2-star
Let me
chef.
plate this, please. Oh my goodness.
All we have is just a whole bunch of chopped vegetables, alright?
Okay, I'm gonna go dump this in a trash.
Fine work.
There we go. That worked.
How do we clean this?
Go dump it in the trash.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Okay, we need 3 onions in that soup.
Trash time!
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Dumping it in the trash cleans it. If I only knew that.
Okay, and then I'll
Before.
put some tomato in this.
How do we plate these things?
And I think
that's
we
the real problem.
may have our first order up after like 10 minutes.
That's a different game.
I just threw the pot on the floor by accident.
Is that Diner Dash? Order up.
Oh.
Why is the pot like all the way over there?
I don't know, but I
Are you
got
trying
the
to
onion
catch
soup.
pigeons in there?
Who
Alright.
wants onion soup?
Wants to pass me some onions.
Okay, I'll go wash these dishes. Why is the sink all the way over here? This is the worst restaurant scheme I've ever seen.
It's in the middle of the street. Who does a restaurant in the middle of the street?
That wasn't thought up.
Okay, I stole your tomato. Have it back. I'm gonna put this in a pot.
Thank you kindly for my tomato back.
Oh no, don't get caught up in pedestrians. I'll go wash that plate. I don't think we need that.
What do we?
We need
How
more.
do I plate this? How do I plate it?
You can't. It doesn't have enough onions or tomatoes. Need
What?
to add more to it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Add more tomato.
Pedestrians, excuse me, you do not have the right of way.
How did we get past culinary school? Like,
We didn't. That's why we're
That's
cooking
why
in
we're
the
cooking in the
street.
that's why we're
street.
cooking? Wow.
And
Okay, and don't let it burn. You just gotta plate it.
Oh.
Don't let it burn.
Ow. How do you plate it?
You select the plate.
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
Never mind.
There you go.
Woo!
So many onions over here.
Yeah.
Just call me Shrek.
Ogres have layers.
Oh, we're running out of time. Meanwhile, we had like 6 chopped onions we could have added to this.
Oh, where's our plate? Oh.
I think we got like 2.
It's the last round. We did
The last
so
round,
bad.
We failed miserably.
Worst
Orders
round.
failed.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Jeez.
We didn't do good.
We've got 30 orders failed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have. We were clearly terrible chefs. This has been a Game On. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, for helping us make salad and soup. And,
We'll fail at salad and soup.
yeah,
Hopefully the meatball
definitely.
will be pleased at some point.
Make sure you stay tuned to Talk Nerdy to Me for an exclusive look at PAX East from CiCi.
And Spencer's latest critical miss.
All that and more on PSTV.
Welcome back to Talk Nerdy to Me.
Let's immediately jump into our next Nerd Flash. The first season of Marvel's Iron Fist is set to be released soon on Netflix with a total of 13 episodes. Anticipation of the new series from Marvel fans has been rather high, but some fans have shown disdain in response to the possible fact that Iron Fist's iconic yellow and green costume will not make an appearance in the upcoming season. As previously seen in the trailers for the series, Iron Fist's backstory, superpowers, and villains have been shown, but with no sighting of his costume. In fact, during a recent interview with SFX magazine, showrunner Scott Buck explained that there will be no costume in the first season, as it will focus on Danny Rand rather than his alter ego, Iron Fist. Buck stated that, quote, "There was no good reason we could imagine to put Danny Rand in a costume, because Danny Rand is still discovering who he is as a hero and where he is going to be. So he's not yet ready to put on a mask or a costume," unquote. That being said, it will be interesting to see how the show fares in the eyes of Marvel fans, as this is not necessarily the first time that this has happened. For instance, in Netflix's Daredevil, Matt Murdock does not have his iconic costume until the very end of the season. But still, while some Marvel fans may not agree with the lack of wardrobe in the show, only time will tell how good the show will actually be. Speaking of Marvel TV shows, that's what Spencer covers in this week's Critical Miss.
Check it out.
Hello, and welcome back to Critical Miss. My name is Spencer Vann. Today, we will be examining an interesting case involving the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As you may or may not know, the television portion of the MCU is mostly divided between Netflix and the cable network ABC. In recent years, Netflix has produced some of the most mature and gritty adaptations of Marvel superheroes to be seen on the small screen. Marvel properties such as Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage have become quite popular due to their darker and complex takes on these fictional characters. In comparison, ABC has produced much more family-oriented versions of Marvel properties such as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter that does not hold the same appeal for some viewers. That being said, it may come as a surprise to hear that ABC has greenlit a new Marvel series based on the comic book characters Cloak and Dagger. For those unfamiliar with this comic book duo, Cloak and Dagger were originally teenage runaways who lived in the streets of New York City. After being kidnapped and being subjected to painful experiments which granted them unique superpowers, the two escaped and eliminated their captors. Afterwards, the two started a vigilant career employing the use of murder in their efforts to fight crime. Now, this does seem to be a risky move on ABC's part to produce a mature superhero series such as this, especially when Netflix has shown how capable they are at producing such content. However, according to his Screen Rant, ABC's affiliate Freeform has already started production in New Orleans, Louisiana, under the working titles of Shadow. The series is set to star Aubrey Joseph and Olivia Holt as Cloak and Dagger, with a tentative release date in 2018. Other reports have stated that the series will not only depict vigilantism, but a romantic relationship between the two leads as well. This makes for an intriguing concept and tone that has yet to be seen in ABC's prior Marvel shows. This will be an innovative new series that could match the maturity and dark tone that Netflix brings to the table. Or could it possibly be a wash that will only last a season or two? We will leave you to decide whether it'll be a critical hit or a critical miss.
Thanks, Spencer. Coming up, we have an inside look at the PAX East convention thanks to our very own CiCi Caputo.
Not only her, but two people who are not strangers to Talk Nerdy to Me, Derek Ebersol and Rashid Trombley. Take it away.
Welcome back, nerds.
We now bring you our latest Nerd Flash update of the night. Nightwing fans unite. According to Hollywood Reporter, Lego Batman movie director Chris McKay is in negotiation to direct the first live-action Nightwing movie. With the account's writer Bill Dubuque, Nightwing is the adult persona of Batman's first Robin, Dick Grayson. It is a much more serious, independent hero rather than a witty sidekick to Batman. Dick Grayson hasn't yet appeared in any of the DC live-action films and leaves fans wondering where he'll fit into the universe. Zack Snyder has confirmed that Robin has been killed by the Joker in the current universe, but most fans believe the deceased Robin to be Jason Todd rather than Grayson, putting the DC universe in line with the comics. The announcement has gotten many fans excited, but many are also wondering if DC is getting too ahead of itself instead of it focusing on improving their more recent releases that have gotten many mixed reviews.
That concludes this episode of Talk Nerdy to Me.
We hope you loved every second of it.
For more nerdy content, be sure to watch Talk Nerdy to Me every other week.
But if that's not enough to keep you satisfied, then be sure to watch PSTV every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m.
Have a good night, everyone.